Welcome one and all to Topsham Sports Ground, home of Exeter University Rugby Club, round 7 of the BUCS Super Rugby. This week they're taking on Cardiff Met. Last week in some very, very testing conditions where we all got very, very wet, they were playing Loughborough. So, without further ado, in this month of Movember, let's look at the highlights from last week.
Inside, Holdsworth.
Came back inside well there as the numbers evened up. And they got the momentum.
Bagwell finds a little bit of a space opening up, and it's going to be an opening try here for Exeter. They're just short of the line. A great start this for the house, and it is there as well. What a start! Exactly what the doctor ordered for the house. They've breached the Loughborough defence inside a minute. Into his face. He's got the distance, has he got the line? Certainly has.
Good return from that.
8-zip, Exeter lead.
Yeah, he didn't get out of the way quick enough. That's the penalty, not rolling away.
So advantage to come.
Still advantage. I think unless it goes over in the corner, they're coming back for it. Oh,
Mandavega.
Yeah.
With the offload, and Loughborough back in the game through Luke Frost.
Well taken, nice move off the back there.
Indeed it was.
And he's over.
The Swash is the man who's over, and Exeter, the gamble paid off from going to the corner, and their lead is now 8 points clear. And we haven't even hit halfway through this first half. And he's handed off to Joe Kay. Can Loughborough respond straight away? They may do, you know, Will Morrison.
I think there is. Look at that.
Boom, bang, bang. Back in the game all of a sudden.
Will Morrison.
What a response from Will Morrison.
He took that at pace on the line.
On its way and into the heart. Superb kick from Ed Landry, and that'll be half time, and Exeter will lead it 18 points to 12 in this wind.
I'll let you carry on with the golfers. I'm not allowed to do my year selection ones, and
straight over.
Yeah, they
no
like
problem.
it.
I'm a bit worried though, that might have hit my car, but anyway, moving on. 9 points clear. Landry has scored 11 from his boot. 21-12, the host lead. You're watching right now, wherever you may be around the world watching us here, we're bringing you some of this fine university rugby here on the South Coast. You can see how heavy this rain is just from our camera shots. But right now,
it's rolling, yes.
And there's Callum Young, the scorer.
Score here, and I think it's made a difference. Now, can Exeter hold? If Exeter hold it here, they've won the game.
Will they hold though? Will they hold? They're just shy of that line. Merrin held up there though. 1 metre out. Blackmore going in again. Got over the top. And they score.
There we go.
Watson.
Must be the last play. Must be the last play, Johnny.
Watson again. Out wide, Mandavanga.
And he's in.
He's in here as well. Well, what a grand slam finish will be sent up here as Loughborough reduce the deficit here, but do they have time for another score? Loughborough players shaking hands with themselves right now to say good effort. Kay sends this one on its way. Has it got the line? Got the line? Got the distance? No, just shy. 4 points with the difference in the end. Exeter survive. They take the victory here at home by 28 points to 24.
Some excellent highlights there, I'm sure you agree, some testing conditions. Now the wind's picked up today, so it could be that same kicking game that wins the game. But earlier I spoke to the coaches. Let's get their opinions on what they're looking forward for today. So I'm here with Keith Fleming, coach of Exeter. So Keith, good result last week, testing conditions. We've got the wind, we're promised the rain a bit later, but so game plan the same?
Well, let's hope so. It's going to be a template of the same weather conditions, so we'll just see how we go. But the boys did okay last week.
Good. Now, last week your fly half 10 was very dominant. His kicking from hand was really, like, in the second half, definitely turned the game as well. Really used the conditions, you know, in my opinion, much better than Loughborough managed to manage it. And so, obviously, you're looking for the same from him again?
Well, we'll, home advantage. We play here all the time, so hopefully we'll get a bit of that rub off. But the conditions are going to be the same for both sides.
And this is a bit of a fortress for you, is it now?
We like to think so, but we don't underestimate any side, especially in this new league now. Cardiff Met are a very good side, and we're going to have to put a real shift in if we're going to get a result.
Excellent. Now, last week we were chatting and you had quite a few players out and some with the Chiefs and everything else. This week, have you got many more back, or is it the same?
Well, I sort of gain one and lose one. We had a lad break his thumb in training on Friday, another one break his finger on Monday. So parity is at the best.
But that's a good thing. I mean, that allows you to use your squad, shows your squad in depth. Is that looking good this year?
Yeah, it's not too bad, but then the restrictions that BUCS put on player movement makes it very, very difficult.
Okay, I'm not going to go there, but all right, thanks very much. Now, with us as well is Ned Warren, playing today. Ned, looking forward to it?
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit windy and it'll be a bit trying conditions today, but hopefully we can get another win. Cardiff is going to be a tough side, but we'll just keep going and going.
Anything from them particularly you think you've got to look out for?
Obviously, they're notoriously big forward pack, but hopefully we can match them up front, and then backs can get a bit of ball.
I'm guessing you're not in that forward pack.
No, I'm on the wing.
Okay, so don't get too cold out there, and if you get, if it's getting a bit cold and bored, then give us a wave up in the gantry, and we'll try and get you in shot. All right, so good luck today, Ned. Thanks very much. Good luck, Keith.
Thank you.
Good luck with the day, and good luck the rest of the season. Thanks very much. Cheers. I'm here with Chris Davey, the coach of Cardiff Met. Chris, looking forward to today's game?
Yeah, looking forward to every game every week, to be honest. The tournament's been fantastic to date, some great rugby played. We're certainly enjoying playing our part in that. So we haven't beaten Exeter for a couple of seasons now, and I'm sure it's going to be a tough battle here today.
Now the conditions, I mean, we were down here last week, it was very windy, it was rain, the rain's due later, so you'd be pleased to know that. So the wind, I mean, like any, you're not going to tell me everything, but a game plan for today based on the fact that if you're kicking down, then, the game from the hand is the main thing.
Yeah, well, we've got a game that's been coming together quite nicely for us over the last couple of weeks now, and we won't try to change that too much today. I mean, clearly, when a team has the wind behind them, you want to take advantage of that territorially, but hopefully it's not going to have too much impact in terms of how both teams are going to try and play today.
Excellent. And so you say you haven't beaten from a couple of seasons. Is that down here and at your place?
Yeah, we've had some close battles with them, a couple of one-score games which have gone one way or the other, but they've had a bit of the Indian sign over us for the last couple of seasons, but they're three on a bounce. We're starting to play some decent rugby, and if we can get some key areas of our game right today, I think we'll be there or thereabouts.
Now, I saw you up at Leeds. I was actually very impressed with you up there. I thought you did really well, and then the conditions again, you reacted. And a lot of coaches I've been chatting to have been going round, have been saying that they think you're a bit of a dark horse in this. Do you see yourself as that, or do you see yourself more as a front runner?
I don't know. I think any team on their day, I think what's shown in this competition is you've got to be on your game every week. And we played Leeds Beckett last week. They haven't won a game yet, but they're going to beat someone. They're too good a side to go throughout the season without beating someone. So I think there's a couple of upsets to come yet. When we play well, we're a difficult side to beat. We know that when we don't get things quite right, we're also a side that can lose to other teams in this league. So for us, it's focus on ourselves, get our own game in place, get the key areas of our game going for us. Then we think we can be competitive, and every game so far, I feel we've been in it with an opportunity to win. We haven't won every game, but we've had opportunities to win every game. For us, it's about growing and taking more of those opportunities week on week, and then the results will come.
Excellent, thank you very much. And we're also joined here by Ryan Roach, captain today. Ryan, looking forward to the game?
Yeah, certainly. Like Chris said, we know Exeter will be a good team, and we've had a few tough fixtures, especially last year as well. But I think we're looking forward to it. If we bring the A game today as well, I think we've got a chance.
Excellent. Now, I'm doing my bit for Movember. It's just a lazy shave, or are you working to it as well?
Well, I'm currently doing my dissertation, so this is just laziness, I'm afraid. But
so I'm sure we're not going to see any of that on the pitch today, otherwise Chris will be having a word, is that right?
It's only bum fluff, so I think it might blow off with the window.
All right, well, good luck today, lads, and good luck with the rest of the season, but good luck today, and see you at the end.
Cheers.
Thank you. So there's the thoughts of the two coaches for today. Not giving a lot away. I think it'll be dominated by this wind again. I think the Exeter 10, the Exeter 8, as they did last week, will dominate the game. The kicking last week was exemplary. If Cardiff bring their kicking game, I think they're going to be into it. I don't think they were saying that they're big up front and that's their main pack. I don't think that's going to win it today. It's all going to be about you're getting 60, 70 yards on a kick in the first half on it, so that's where it's all going to be happening. So my money's on an Exeter win. Let's see how it goes. We're going to pass you over now to Johnny, I hope you all out there also doing your Movember bit. It's all about awareness. So in the capable hands of Johnny Bryan for the run through the teams and for the commentary of today's game.
Thank you, Richard. Good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to the Topsham Sports Ground here in Exeter. We're back here once more. We were here 7 days ago, and we enjoyed the weather that much here that we've come back here once again as Exeter host Cardiff Met University in the 7th round of the BUCS Super Rugby League for 2015 and 16. Exeter, on the back of victory last week, has moved them up to 6th in the table, winning that bonus point victory over Loughborough. Cardiff Met have been on a bit of a loss of form at the moment, losing 3 of their last 4 games, but a victory over Leeds last week has set them into 4th place, so there'll be one of these two teams will be really climbing the league as they try and chase Hartpury and Loughborough, who lead the way in this BUCS Super Rugby League. So let's look at the two sides then for this contest. Exeter first. They make 2 changes from the team that beat Loughborough 7 days ago. Jack Ola comes in at number 3 instead of Elliot Roof, and Dominic Thorne comes in at 14 instead of George Smith. It's as you were the rest. Thomas Rhodes 1, Young 2, Simon Linsell the captain at 4, Jack Roos 5, James McRae 6, Matt Elliott 7, Tom Lorday 8, Adam Bagwell 9, Ted Landry 10, Ned 1 11, Chris Wash 12, Tom Holdsworth 13 and Jamie Wilcock 15. They're coached of course by Mr Keith Fleming. Cardiff, just 1 change for them, but from the team that beat Leeds 7 days ago. Ashley Taylor comes in at 14 instead of Jordan Roberts. And the rest of the side looks like this. Phillips at 1, Ryan Roach 2, Ian Everidge 3, Alex Donbrandt, who leads the try-scoring league and the whole league with 7 tries to his name in 6 games. Eduardo Baloco 5, Adam Wainwright 6, John Humphreys 7, Aled Evans 8, Benjamin Williams at 9, George Simpson 10, Miles Morehouse 11, Jack Wright at 12, Thomas Morgan with 58 points to his name this season at 13, Ashley Taylor 14 and Oliver Glass at 15. They're coached of course by Mr Chris Davey. So Richard is hot-footed himself from the side of the pitch to join me pitch side. Richard, we've seen both of these sides, me and you, in the league this season, as Exeter won here last week and Cardiff Met, we saw them go down into Durham a few weeks ago. Your thoughts on how this one may fare? It was a tough test that Exeter had against Loughborough last week, but Loughborough were on the M5 for the first 15 minutes of that game.
Yeah, they were, Johnny. They definitely were. And I was just saying in the earlier clips, my money's on Exeter. I think this will be Fortress Exeter. Last week they controlled the game. As you know, I was very impressed with their 10, Tom Landry, the way that he controlled the game through his kicking game. I think it'll be the same again today. Last time up at Durham, I was accused of being biased against Durham with Cardiff, so I'm going to make sure I'm not going to be accused of that again today. So listen to the nice things I say about Cardiff all day, but I think Cardiff will be up for it. If they can hit Exeter nice and quickly and early and get some type of foot in, I think that then they'll give them a game. But my money at these early days is Exeter. You're
looking at their results, the ones they've lost. Losing to Hartpury at home, 17 points to 20. We were at that Durham game where they were in touching distance with the last few moments of that
moments,
game.
Yeah, really. That school flattered Durham a little bit, didn't it?
31-19, and then going down to Loughborough away last week, 28 points to 26. And so they're only short losses, as it were. So they're in touching distance, and maybe their league position doesn't flatter them. They should be a lot higher.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, this league is all very tight. Okay, you've got Hartpury flying it away, and Leeds are struggling at the bottom now. But apart from that, it's tight. These top 4, they're looking for this top 4. They're going to be in the mix. I think both of these teams are going to be in the mix. I know that's easy to say because we're, the 3 places, 6 teams, but they're going to be in the mix because they've got the ability to do it. They've done it before. Looking at Chris Davey on the monitor there, he's a great coach. He knows his stuff and he knows how to manage these lads. I think that's an important thing. He likes the way that move the squad around. And if you give him 12 injuries, he's not bothered. There are opportunities for him. So I think they'll be in the mix, and I think today they'll be in the mix. But I think Exeter will just push them out. They're running everybody close. I expect to see the same again today.
Yeah, now looking at Exeter's victories, they lost the first 2 games of the season, going down to Loughborough and Hartpury, and then winning at home against Northumbria, away at Leeds, 27-10, and then their close victory last week, 20 points to 24. Again, looking at them, I said does not flatter Cardiff. does that flatter Exeter in a way?
Well, I mean, Northumbria, they gave, they did, really run in the tries. Last week, I thought that flattered Loughborough a little bit. Leeds, the way they've been going, they should have put more on them. But I think it's very tight, very tight. They're going to be up for this. I think whoever gets the foothold earlier will be there for it. Just to add, Johnny, don't forget, hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. Send us your tweets.
Yes, the Twitterati out there, as I like to refer to you. The hashtag is there on your screen right now. There you go. Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. Cardiff haven't beat Exeter in 3 years.
Yeah,
interestingly enough.
Speaking to him before, he said that they got the Indian sign on them. They haven't beaten them, and that's home and away. So I think they'll be looking to try and put that to bed today. Chicago, what was it? Was it the White Sox? They did it after 108 years.
The Cubs, it was.
The Cubs after 108 years. Yeah. Ireland All Blacks after 110 years.
It's only 3.
I'm not gonna. Something else happened last week. I can't remember what it was. This is the day it's going to happen for them. But sorry, I'm going back and saying it could happen for them.
It could.
I'm predicting the other way, as you know.
So then here we go once more. Exeter in their traditional green and white hoops. Cardiff in their maroon, blue and yellow shirts. As our referee will get us underway for this 7th match of the BUCS Super Rugby season for 2016-17, I should say. I'm a year behind the times, as it were.
That's only your clothing, Johnny.
Yeah, indeed. Box kick downfield from the Cardiff scrum half, Benjamin Williams. Sends it downfield to try and put this Exeter defence under pressure from the off as Jamie Wilcock picks up. Bagwell. Weather here today a lot better than it was last week. We had all 4 seasons in 80 minutes last week.
We certainly did, but I think 79 of those minutes we were getting very wet with that season.
It wasn't. We had a bit of hail, a bit of sleet. But the wind is much the same as it was last week. It is blowing into the players' faces, and Exeter will be chasing against the wind in this first half. Cardiff will have it in their favour. As Bagwell picks up. James McRae, 3 tries to his name this season. Bagwell, Landry, who was very impressive, and knocked forward, and Cardiff will have the first scrum down of the game, as one of the players is down, is Landry at the minute. But the advantage may be over here, so Exeter looking to launch the counter-attack indeed. Little chip forward, held up in the wind, and should be picked up here by Oliver Glass, and it is indeed. Good, nice little offload from Glass, to be picked up by Miles Morehouse on the left wing, and Morehouse crunches into Simon himself.
But he's done well to get that ball back. He was isolated, but Exeter got to him, but he did very well to get that back.
Cardiff into the Exeter half, picked up by Williams. Williams uses Simpson to Jack Wright.
Wrapped up nicely
Stopped by
the Exeter centres.
Stopped by his opposite number, Chris Swash. Glass. Taylor stays in.
Did very well staying in there. Did very well, but not releasing. Once again, just a little isolated. A couple of times there, they're making the breaks, and they need the players to get up there with them.
And Cardiff concede the first penalty of the afternoon.
Good to see Landry back up on his feet after that knock.
Landry taking the tight line, and he's not going to find touch, and that's a little bit of opportunity wasted there for the Exeter number 10. And that would be disappointing. The bench, maybe just gone a little bit too greedy there.
Yeah, and with this win, that's a 60-yard loss here. He's going to clear his lines. It'll be back down on the Exeter 22.
Simpson with the ball in hand. So this one downfield, and yes, right, Richard just ride the wind. Picked up by Jamie Wilcock, the fullback. Advantage to be played here. And back they are going to come for that penalty. So second opportunity here for Exeter to send this ball downfield.
Yeah, better position for him this time. I think he'll find the corner. And we'll see Now, we were saying last week, they were having a bit of trouble with their line out, Exeter, last week. Could have been something to do with the sleet, the snow, the wind, the rain. But it's interesting to see how they operate this time.
As Landry sends this one on to the top of the hill, that's where myself and Richard are situated. Praying on a correct weather forecast this week. It caught everybody off guard 7 days ago.
Certainly did, but not Tim Jenkinson. It's Wednesday afternoon, no meetings until 4. He's watching the BUCS Super Rugby on YouTube. Love rugby, hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. Keep your tweets coming.
Callum Young on line-out duty. 1 from 1 is how he started his game. Chris Swash now.
3, keep working.
Burrowing his way like a mole towards the 22.
3, work.
Bagwell goes to his right-hand side, picked up by Thomas Rhodes. But penalty conceded, and it'll be a chance to Cardiff to clear from their own 22.
Yeah, off their feet there. Probably a bit too keen to get involved there, and straight over the top.
It's a much quieter afternoon here at Exeter than was 7 days ago. There was a good crowd here last week. A little bit quieter here today.
Joshua Jordan, thank you for tweeting in. He's glad to see we're playing down here at Fortress Exeter. Crowd is building slowly now, Johnny. I mean, it was packed last week and it was absolutely lashing down. Better weather today. Maybe they've been frightened off.
Yeah, maybe.
But they're filling out nicely.
So then Ryan Roach is on hooker duty for Cardiff. Can he match his opposite number from the line? That one's hit the wire, unfortunately for him. The ball was knocked forward, so Exeter will have a scrum advantage, and that is indeed what's going to happen. So first chance to see these packs in action.
See here from the line out the time they finish debating what they're going to do. Like me, Johnny, they're having trouble hearing. And that's unlucky there, for getting up there. Basically, Exeter spoiled their ball. Got his hand to it, but you've got to get your elbows in there and get him out of the way.
So first scrum of the afternoon. Short arm penalty given away. Tap and go taken quickly. Exeter trying to feast their way through the line. Ruse. That's Bagwell. And another penalty given away.
Same again, I think.
Well, this referee right on the ball in the first 6 minutes of this game has already given away 4 penalties.
Yeah, and both sides, the players have been isolated. They've been trying to hold on too long. The back rows are getting in there really quickly. They're getting their hands on the ball, and you know, the support isn't there quick enough at the moment.
Simpson hoofs this one downfield with the wind at his back and finds the Exeter 22.
Here we go, see Landry going in here. He makes the break, he keeps going. But no, that ball ain't coming out because you see the Cardiff player, can't quite see his number there, he's still on his feet, right, supporting his weight. It was at the... and Landry had no choice but to keep holding on to it.
So Ryan Roach 0 from 1 from the line. Let's see how he does this time. Goes short and picked up by Adam Wainwright. But the Exeter defence, like a swarm of bees over the ball to try and stop Cardiff in their tracks.
They've got the penalty, they've got a free ball here.
Yes, so free ball coming their way. And again, the referee is going to just stop it there. Gave the advantage and saw it was going nowhere, so
not rolling away.
Yeah, there'll be a chance for Cardiff to have 3 points at the posts.
It's got to be the post is going for. He's got the wind behind him. It's just a little. I use one of your phrases, just a little 7-iron. You think there? You know, he'll probably go down a couple of clubs.
Well,
so you just see it here. There he is. You see him at the back of there. He's not making no attempt to get out of the way. He'll swear blind he was, but he's not. That ball ain't coming out because of that. So I like that decision from the ref.
Yeah. So first chance will be for Thomas Morgan the leading kickers of BUCS Super Rugby in this season. They're 58 points to his 9. Indeed, he's in fact 10 clear of Ed Landry, who's in second place on total points scored this season. So Morgan, this to go to 61 for his personal tally of the season, but more importantly Cardiff to take the lead here in Devon.
This win has got to be worth a lead at half-time, Johnny, I think.
Well, it's most definitely got the legs and it's got the distance, and it's going to hit my car. I'm a bit worried about my car. Definitely in shooting distance there. But
a few cars, that was, Johnny.
Yeah. But more importantly, Cardiff take the lead. They lead 3-0.
Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. Keep your tweets coming.
So we restart. I think it was about this time last week that the monsoon came in, Richard. I'm just looking behind us, but I don't see any clouds as dark as the Ace of Spades as it was here 7 days ago.
No, well, last week we had the sight screens. We moved the rugby sight screens to try and protect the satellite from the wind. This week we've moved it to stop the sun on our screen, Johnny. I mean, the things we do for you. Look, you got a full floor on the platform now. We're looking after you week by week, aren't we?
Yes, I don't ask for much, but I don't want to keep in health and safety guidelines in all fairness.
And very important they are too.
Young from the line. Finds his man once more with James McRae. So how can Exeter respond here? They started out on the front foot 7 days ago. Well, as I mentioned, that Loughborough was still on the M5 because they gave away a rucker points in the first 10 minutes of the game. But at the moment, it's Cardiff who have been the early bird that's caught the worm at the moment. They're really stopping Exeter in their tracks, and Landry's only been forced to kick here. Does spot the gap though, and a kick is excellent. Bounces once or twice, little bump and run, and into the 22 to put Cardiff under pressure.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of the obviously a little chip kick through like that, exploiting that space behind that Cardiff are giving them. It's going to be a long old slog, taking it up through the hands in this wind.
So Roach, 1 from 2 from the line. Goes short, picks up Eduardo Beloco. Box kick downfield from Williams. It just popped out, so not too bad of a box kick there from Ben Williams, and it goes up to the halfway line, and we're back in midfield.
Yeah, I would have been impressed with that one. Very good. Well, he's got him another 40 yards there. Not bad for a little pop kick over the top. My sign in the background there, Johnny, look at that. Cheers, mate, Productions, iSports Analysis. Got to take these advantage. You can take advantage when you can.
Yes, indeed. Good tackle there from Ryan Roach. Bagwell now. A good little offload it was too.
Very good hands.
Bagwell, Landry, out wide, and now a chance for Exeter to tackle and run through the gears here with Wilcock. Good tackle, and it was needed too, but the ball just pops out, but the referee spots knock-on infringement, and Cardiff will have the chance to clear, but dangerous of what the Exeter counter-attack can do.
Yeah, that was excellent work through the hands there, some really good handling. I mean, we've been saying this every week, the level of handling is exceptional, always making it available, and broke the first tackle. It was unfortunate not making it all the way there.
Pressure scrum here for the Cardiff pack.
Now I'm told Cardiff big pack. That's what they were telling me beforehand. So it'll be interesting to see how Exeter hold, because they struggled with the Loughborough pack last week.
Williams puts in. Hopefully we'll have that one again if you don't mind.
Angus Brown. How did Bowden Barrett beat Ted Landry, the World Player of the Year. Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. Keep the questions coming and we'll try and find an answer for you.
Well, right now Landry's not the leading point scorer in the books. It's his number 13 for Cardiff, Thomas Morgan, who's had 58 points before this game, make that 61 now after the early penalty.
He's got some work to do to catch up.
So we've had 2 goes at this, and let's see how the third time's the charm. Just 1 or 2 more fans streaming in this, bringing a few light refreshments along with them.
I was say that, yeah. We're not heading our way with those light refreshments, though, Johnny.
Well, there's a supermarket nearby to where we are. That's where the guys have had their lunch, but this is right now it seems that Cardiff are having extra for breakfast right now.
Now, popping straight up the front row now. That was what a lot of last week with Loughborough. Exeter was struggling, they were popping up. I mean, they were going backwards there, the front row came up. Ref was allowing enough time with that to see Cardiff get anything out of it, but I think they're going to struggle in that front row again.
As the ball sent downfield. Cardiff only gained about, even with the wind, only 30 yards from there. Still inside their own half. As 15 minutes has just been struck on the clock in this tie. Roach again from the line. Much better from Ryan Roach after losing his first line out. He's been hitting the treble 20 since then. Good take there from Ned Warne. Ball was just looping around there in the air. Bagwell, but the referee spots a knock-on infringement, and Cardiff have to put in on the Exeter 10-metre line.
Yeah, I thought Exeter gathered that well, and I thought they were going to roll up there. You see it here, you can roll up there. He could have turned around and presented that, but just as he tries to present that, there it is, the scrum half knocking it on. There's nothing worse as a forward when you've done all that work and your scrum half can't pick it up. But it's easy from up here, that's all I can say. Henrietta McRae, glad the weather is better for the commentary team this week. No, well, thank you, Henrietta, for thinking of us, because, it's tough what we have to go through.
Well, in all fairness, I think we weren't too bad. Look, the cameramen who had no shelter whatsoever were they were the ones who I think one of them's even off this week. I think he must be still suffering from the flu. That Mr. Court.
We did suffer from the drips from their platform, though, Johnny.
Yes, my notes were non-existent by the hour mark last week. Another scrum now then. Exeter didn't do well in their first attempt here, and they were 22 and goes down again on the near side, and that is a penalty Cardiff's way, and this could be a major catalyst for them in this game this afternoon.
So I didn't quite see his signal there, but I think it's we could see what was happening this side, and I think that was the assistant referee telling them out. It was just falling to the ground there, and they're going to be calling a scrum every time at this rate, and they're going to be picking up the penalties. We watch it again here, and so we can see him going down there. The ref will be told that by AR because everything the other side is looking good. And there he goes there, outside shoulder. I mean, that's either very good propping as they twist him in and cause a problem, or he's just really struggling under that from the Cardiff pack.
So Cardiff, we go once more. There's Morgan with his right boot.
So what do you think, Johnny? Is this a 7-iron? Is this a sandwich?
well, for me, this is nothing more than a 64-degree wedge, in all fairness. But for Morgan, it's a bit of a hoof with his right boot from inside the 10-metre line. Wind behind him, though. This is like a kick from inside his own 20, just inside the 22. So Morgan sent it on its way. More than got the distance as he got the line on this occasion. No, it's on the left-hand side. So opportunity missed there for Thomas Morgan, and Cardiff still lead by 3 points to 0.
Yeah, I think they're going to take all of those. I think that's going to be their best point of scoring at the moment. They're not through the hands. They're not making the ground at the moment, and they've got this win, which is a bit surprising. So they need all those little extras they can get.
Yes, absolutely. Plenty of fans here on this near side of the pitch as the ball just bounces away, and Exeter have come out with it with Jack Roos.
Tom Laudry, big man or small shirt, says Angus Brown. Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. Well, he's a big man in his performance at the moment, I can say that.
Well, in fairness, Angus, you can ask him that question. Another penalty to Cardiff. And they are the ones who really have been on the front foot since the W of the whistle.
It's the same again, Johnny. This is a little bit isolated. As they go through, they get an extra yard on it, but the Cardiff back row are really doing well there. It's just staying on their feet and just picking up, and they're not being cleared out.
Just to remind you, of course, where we are over the next couple of weeks. Next week we are in Durham as they host Loughborough. Week after that we'll be in Leeds, and then we're watching a repeat of this game, the replay as it were, on the 7th of December when Cardiff host Exeter. The first chance for the rugby vertical cameras to go down to the Principality.
Yes, down your homeland, and
my homeland. Yes,
first visit to Cardiff. Yep.
First visit to Cardiff, and a nasty drive from me from North Wales down to South Wales. It's not easy.
Sure they'll welcome
it's not
you.
easy. No, it's not an easy drive. That one, isn't. I think it's quicker to get to Exeter than it is to Cardiff from Wrexham. But right now, it's Cardiff who are doing all the travelling here. They've got another penalty to come as well. They really are reaping rewards in this first 20 minutes.
Yeah, but that was great play by Exeter. You expected them after all this problem in the scrum they pushed. They really held that well.
Lovely offload. Morgan on the far outside now. And this is Miles Morehouse going for the corner. Needed a tackle. Good hands off from Morgan. And he finds touch, but back they go for that penalty.
Exceptional defence there from the Exeter winger. Did really, really well there, keeping them out. And they say back with a penalty. And if I was Cardiff, don't go for the line out 50-50. I'd call the scrum.
Well, I think it's the prudent choice. I absolutely agree with you. I think that's the choice myself. I'd be taking, especially only a few metres out. Instead, they're going to go for catch and drive.
So I never quite follow that. They now got a 50-50 ball. They've got to catch it. 75-50 ball in this wind. 25. They've got to catch it in the wind, and then they've got to set and go through. With a scrum, they could just march them over from there the way they've been scrummaging. But it's easy from up here, Johnny, as I say every week.
Yes, it's all good being a Monday morning quarterback, as the old phrase goes in the NFL. But now the drive coming from Cardiff, and Exeter just stopping them in their tracks. And another penalty to come with Cardiff's way here as they try and encroach forward towards the line. They've been sent sideways. But there's the ball at the back there with John Humphreys, and he's masterminded the try.
That was very well played there. I mean, it goes against everything, obviously, what I said, but really well. They controlled it. I mean, Exeter did an exceptional job defending that, pushing them sideways, getting them off the back, but they really just kept their cool, just kept recycling that front row as they moved round. And we sit here, there's the first push. It's already been taken down from the line out. The first push, nothing happening. They're going to roll off again.
It's number 5, it's Eduardo Boloco is the man who's got over the line. I do beg your pardon.
Yeah, and then they roll off again now. He's up for it. And once again, and there we go. That's where they go.
Indeed,
well
it was.
Played.
Well played, and it's just really no more than they deserve.
Oh, no, definitely. Definitely. Well played, Mr. Boloco.
Morgan looking to add the extras. Not far away from the block there, but Morgan still gets the 2 points. 10-0 Exeter lead. Eduardo Boloco, right now Cardiff are dancing in Acapulco.
I like it, Johnny. I like it. They are going loco. They are going loco. And Exeter number 6, Michael Ames says, get home and do your washing up. Listen, as students, you've got to keep your health and safety.
We never did. When I was in Aberystwyth many moons ago, we were lucky to do the washing up once a term, never mind.
I'm sure it's all different now, Johnny.
Oh, absolutely. I think But students nowadays are a lot more well trained.
Well, Michael Haynes thinks he is anyway.
Penalty.
A bit of a break there for Exeter. They'll be taking the pressure now. A bit of talk back from Cardiff sends them back, which 10 yards, it's a free 10 yards there.
It's a bit of a help for them, especially against this wind, yes.
Yeah. Cardiff are very deserving in this lead now. I'm not quite sure what what this wind is worth. I mean, it wasn't worth that many points last week because of the way the two teams played and because of the conditions, but I think there's 2 scores with this wind at the moment. Here we go, just see that there. He's coming over, and once again, look, Exeter on his feet. Straightforward penalty, that one.
Yeah, well, in golf we have the terminology 2 club wind, isn't it? You call it a 2 score wind.
Yeah, I think you could be right there. Now this is where I want to see, if Exeter win this line out, can they get organised like Cardiff were on the last one?
Callum Young. Picked up by Simon Linsell. Now the drive trying to come from Exeter. Anything you can do, Cardiff, we can maybe do better. Or just as good. They've got a penalty to come. They're going to continue to go for the drive for the line. Good strong defence though from Cardiff. As Bagwell tries to fish the ball out and does so. Picked up by Chris Swash. Swash trying to get over. And indeed, the offload to Matt Elliott, I think it is, the man who's got over, and Exeter are back in the game.
Really great organising from the line out there, and then it's like, training ground stuff. Really good organisation, got it back up there, set it up, and just like Cardiff did 10 minutes ago, kept their calm with it. Here we go, this is the line out, they've just taken the line out down, they got the penalty, so they're all set. Yes. Really good hands there, just straight off. I mean, that's great hands. And he's over. Well played, great support, excellent work.
Chris Wash to Matt Elliott. And Exeter have halved the deficit. 5 points down, Landry into the wind. This for him to go to a half century for the season. And that one try has only come from one Exeter attack, you feel, as well.
Yeah, well, I was saying earlier that Cardiff hadn't got down there. Well, it was all Exeter, but I think most of those games Cardiff have been kicking and Exeter's getting it back up the halfway line, which is what we saw last week. Very difficult to get out.
Landry sends it on its way, and into the heart of the goal it goes. So then, 3-point game, 15 minutes left to play. Cardiff still lead by 10 points to 7.
Doesn't miss much, does he, that Landry?
He's up to 50 points for the season.
So he's going to be chasing down
Morgan, who's now up to 63. So 13 points of difference. I'm not sure if BUCS have a points kicking trophy at the end of the season for who's kicked the most points.
Sponsors welcome, please send in your applications.
Yes, indeed, answers on a postcard to the usual address.
Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby.
Yeah, indeed. Bagwell, the box kick, deflected a little, but the bounce is awkward for the Cardiff backs. Still picked up though by Oliver Glass. Glass who tries to dance his merry way through the Exeter defence and stopped in his tracks. Williams, kicked downfield now from Simpson. Picked up by Woolcock. Landry, to beg your pardon, who hoofs this one into the wind and just gets caught up in the wind a little as Simpson tries to return the favour with a bit more oomph on it because of the wind has taken him backwards. It's picked up by Bagwell deep inside the 22. Bagwell goes a little bit lower, and has he found touch? He has indeed, and that's a good kick from Bagwell.
And
they get the line out as well.
The line out. It looked like he doing all he could to keep it in, but the line went up, flag went up nice and early just as he was overbalancing, and so that's a good return from Exeter. Hopefully from here they'll be able to push something forward. Tom Owen, that was a magnificent try from the Exeter back row, reminiscent of a young H. Rickner. Hashtag BUCS Rugby. I wonder who the Mr. Rickner is.
Answers on a postcard to the usual address. We move on. Bagwell. McRae. Bagwell again. Exeter just finding their feet here. And a nice little oomph there from Jack Albert.
crowd like that as well.
They did indeed. That's woke the crowd about, or maybe it's the light refreshments that may have woken them up instead. Landry now.
And look at that.
Lovely
Excellent.
hands from Landry.
Round the shoulder of the player and then offload backwards. This is looking. They got numbers outside.
Landry
He doesn't
again.
need them.
Oh, it's too easy.
He doesn't need them.
Well, Exeter, I've just come to the party.
Oh. I've got to be careful because I was biased when I was accused of being biased with Cardiff last time, but that is exceptionally good play by Exeter.
Well, Landry has entered into Morgan's lead as the leading point scorer, but this is superb play from Exeter. Talk us through it, Richard.
Right, here we go. We see it here as it pops out. Look at that, back through his legs, and then Landry's got the ball. He's got numbers outside him. Just goes inside the 15. 15 didn't have a lot of choice there. All he could have done was go and mark the 3 players outside him, or let Landry come inside, and inside he came. Exceptionally good play.
Wow, it was all Cardiff in the first 22 or so minutes, and all of a sudden the last 7 has gone Exeter's way, and they've taken 2 tries from it.
Yeah, I mean they've come back in the game, and they're dominating the game a lot better than I thought they would against this wind. I thought they would just be up against it, but they really are, making their mark. And as I said earlier, he doesn't miss, and that one's gone onto the M5.
it nearly did there for a second. I said, look at those trees are quite overgrown. Otherwise, that could have been causing some damage on the M5. But anyway, Landry is now taking his side 4 points clear. The home side lead. Exeter lead Cardiff 14-10.
So much for me saying about this wind is going to give you 2 points, two scores advantage.
Just to remind you, Exeter will be playing downwind in this second half, so Cardiff need to find a footing back into this game. They really have fallen asleep at the last 7-8 minutes.
Yeah.
Landry, kick high into the air, held up in the wind, still collected by Glass.
Angus Brown, he generally believed Chris Ross was a social member until this season. Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby, let's keep him coming. Excellent break by Exeter.
Oh, and they're off to the races once more. Wilcock has been superb in this first half. Holdsworth spotting the gap. Really, Cardiff have just been fast asleep. 5 metres out.
This ball comes out.
Bagwell.
They got numbers well.
Oh, many numbers on the right hand side. But
oh no. Isolated, holding on. That's a real shame. He had all the numbers, they'd done all the work.
And Cardiff get to breathe a sigh of relief here, because right now they are really up against it. Exeter really have put them to the sword, and there could have been 3 tries in the space of 8-9 minutes there.
Yeah, I think Exeter will be really disappointed with that. That was an exceptionally good break. The hand was good again. They were pushing through it, and referees.
We're just going to play it down, just receiving some treatment in a minute. So with 9 minutes left to play in this first half. It's been a quick first half, in all fairness, Richard. It's been an entertaining game in this BUCS Super Rugby. This has been a quite entertaining first half. It really has been a tale of 2 cities, as it were.
Yeah, you're right there. And kind of like sometimes I think I get bored of saying the same stuff here, but the level of rugby and what we're seeing and the handling is exceptional, and it's no different again today. Each team is playing very well, exploiting the others. We saw Cardiff down there, exceptional work getting it down, and now we're seeing Exeter coming back. Exeter, I think they've got to keep it away from the forwards. I think that's the main thing. If they keep it away from the forwards, and definitely the scrum, I think they're going to get the better of this, Fortress Exeter, as I was saying, or is it a Fortress Top Ship?
On the outskirts of Exeter is the Topsham Sports Ground.
I will now protect you, Johnny, because that ball's coming towards us.
Yeah. Here goes a £200 screen as Simpsons eyeing up the commentating box here. This going right for us. Indeed it is. It's going to land right short of us. And up towards the 10-metre line. Maybe you want to take out the cameraman, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're doing a great job up there, so please leave them alone, and give a shout out for the producers. They're nice and warm in the van back there as well, doing a great job.
Yeah, yes, giggling like schoolgirls last week when we were all suffering in the rain. Short-time penalty conceded.
That's the closing in the line out there. It's a shame because Exeter here. I mean, like, they just kept them there. It's the same. Any penalties in this win, it's like 70 yards.
Well, Cardiff are setting themselves up here for tap and go. And here they are with Williams, Simpson, that's inside. Dombrandt. We haven't seen much of him in this game. 7 tries to his name this season. He's very much been a powerhouse forward. And this ball's been lost again. Elliott. My word, Cardiff have put the brakes on the last 10 minutes. And it's ones who Exeter have now gone into 5th gear. Bagwell. Lorday.
Tom Owen there. The Moe has been well and truly uncaught now in Exeter. It certainly has champagne rugby. I think that sums it up, Johnny.
Well, indeed, they could be having a Bollinger moment coming here. Thomas Rhodes. Bagwell. Ruse. Bagwell again. It's Gust of Wind gets up. McRae. Bagwell going to his right hand side. Picked up by Lorday. Ball just kept in play from the number 14, Dominic Thorne.
They got the free ball, a high tackle there, so they've got a free ball. So we'll,
Bagwell, Owlett, been sent back a little. Bagwell again. The ball, I think it was knocked forward, but back they come for that penalty. I don't think Cardiff just need half time and they need it quick.
Oh yeah, they do. They really do. They need anything to get out of here. I mean, Exeter just running this show. Be interesting now to see if they go with the line out. Their better option would be the tap and start running it through the backs and start pushing this around, because the line out, once again, these conditions, it hasn't been that easy.
Well, you're absolutely right, Richard. I think they smell a little bit of blood here.
Yeah.
They can smell a wounded animal.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we have a few participating this afternoon on the hill here. We've got a number of fine-looking specimens.
Cocker Spaniel, a Great Dane.
A nice little husky over there on the touchline. Oh, yeah. Very beautiful indeed. And it's beautiful rugby so far from the host in the last 14 or so minutes as the drive's coming again. And Cardiff are under the cosh and they need the half-time whistle and quick. But they're going to try and figure out 5 or so minutes as Simon Linsell, the captain, tries to drive forward for the line. Here comes the drive and over they go.
Well played again. Came around the outside of that. Set it up and round they go. I mean, Cardiff, their defender's been excellent, but I mean, Exeter are just really, really on the front foot now. Really, pushing it through.
Jack Owlett is the man who scored his 2nd try of the season, Exeter's 3rd of the day. And for 20 minutes or so, they were still tucked up in their dorm rooms. But since then, they have been top class.
Yeah, there he is. Rolls off the edge with a weight behind him. There we go. Excellent stuff. Michael Haynes, please can you give my mate Jack Crowther a shout out? He loves your work. Well, thank you very much, Michael Haynes. And Joshua Jordan. No, we're not from Exeter. I always say, being accused of bias again. We've mentioned your highest try and point scorer on several occasions. Doing what we can. Landry back in front of the posts.
Easy as you want.
21-10. That's Johnny. That's a formidable lead, considering the second half with the wind behind them.
Well, 11 points the difference. 4.5 minutes to go in this first half. What's been the difference?
I think it's the Exeter backs and the way they've just been breaking through the line and putting it up there. It's been very difficult for Cardiff to keep them at bay.
Lorday scored for the Exeter Chiefs last week.
His debut try here, and they're off again.
Callum Young off they go again. Our 4th try really could put this game to bed this early, as James McRae was searching for the line. Bagwell again, and it is really one-way traffic. A cross-field kick, it's confusing. Ashley Taylor, he goes to ground and now is under pressure from Ned Warren and Tom Holdsworth. Here come the cavalry from Exeter. Cardiff need a bit of respite here, but Exeter are not giving any of it. But the referee will have to give it instead.
Yeah, not releasing the player there. He was on the floor, that you picked him up, they wrapped him up. and they didn't release him to give him a chance to do anything with him. So get out of jail card there for Cardiff.
But kick towards the crowd as the gentleman that had to choose between his dog or the ball, and I think he got a little bit confused between the pair, but anyway.
He seemed to do both very well.
Indeed he did. 3 minutes to go in this first half. I tell you what, another Exeter score here, and you feel this game could be put to bed here. Cardiff need to try and get back within touching distance here, and they need to go out in this second half fighting. Sam Cochrane's come onto the field as one of the Cardiff players goes off, and the ball was lost at the line. The referee spots an infringement.
He was given the penalty there, but taking the player as he went for it, closing in the line. I mean, it was very unfortunate. We'll see it again here.
And look at this. They really do smell blood. Exeter straight for the corner they're going for.
Yeah. So he came down now, and he's saying that he's tackling the player before he's got his hands on it. Good call. Good call.
What does Chris Davies say to his side at half time here? It's really has been a tale of two halves in this first half. Cardiff was superb first 20 minutes, but they just seem to have gone to sleep.
Yeah, and whatever they were doing, he's got to get them back doing it, and he's going to have to get them doing it very quickly in the second half.
Great take, and now here comes the drive with Callum Young at the back. Young's still there. Here comes the drive once more. Now with Elliott. And Elliott scores, but it's a penalty try given.
Interesting.
Well, this could be game over, and we haven't even hit half time. And a card's coming in the referee's pocket. Well,
yeah.
If it doesn't rain for Cardiff, it's certainly pouring right now.
Interesting. Penalty try. We had this the other week. It's moving forward. It's well, it'll be interesting to see that again, because moving forward, it's still got to be Exeter's job to get the ball over the line. Can't see Landry missing this one.
So then we've got less than 60 seconds to go in this first half, and Exeter for the first 20 minutes, and once we said we really were under the caution, Cardiff were the much better team, and they were taking a 10-0 lead. Since then it has literally been a waterfall of points going Exeter's way.
Well, I was saying, I mean, that's basically they've replied to that first 10 minutes with 28 unanswered points. It's been pretty impressive.
Well, back to the drawing board for Cardiff here. It's stunned quite a few people. It stunned me, in fact. I was really surprised of the
that doesn't happen often, Johnny.
No. Like, in all fairness, I thought Cardiff were absolutely superb this first 20 minutes, and I thought they're going to give Exeter a test of rugby. But since then, it's just really has been a conveyor belt of points.
Yeah, then look on, it's going to come back. Angus Brown, more than just a rugby player. Jack Howlett, also an integral member of my first year tourism group project. Keep up the student work and the studies. And there's the half-time whistle, Johnny.
Well, right now, Jack Howlett and his crew are sending Cardiff on their travels. 28 points to 10, the home side lead at half-time. For the first 20 minutes, Cardiff got 10 unanswered points from Exeter, but in the last 20, there's just been a avalanche of points going the home side's way. 28 unanswered points, the lead by 18 at half-time, and that will definitely be a tale of two team talks. Yeah,
definitely, and you know, the way that ended up, they were lucky that it was only 28. So it's going to be interesting half-time talk for Cardiff especially. But I think they're going to come out and they are going to make a game of it. But it all depends how much dominance Landry gets with the boot in the second half.
Let's have a look at the tries that we have for you. And again, as I said, started with Cardiff. You were saying about how much their scrum was stronger than Exeter's.
Scrum, and they dominated in this here. They really pushed Exeter around. I thought Exeter did really well defending it initially, but it was great pack work here. And this was the dominant scrum, coming together in the rolling maul, and off the back there, well played. And I thought this was going to be how the game was going to continue on. with the wind, put it down there, playing it through the forwards.
Guado Baloco was the man who scored, and at this point it was no more than what Cardiff deserved, because they were the better team.
Yeah, definitely. They were kicking the ball down there, they were using the wind, getting into their dominant forwards, and by this time the Exeter scrum had already popped up twice. You know, that's where they've got to get it back to, get it in close.
That was 28 points to 10, and then, well, Exeter said, anything you can do, we can do just as well.
Yeah, this was after the line out, and then they got moved into the corner there. But once again, instead of going through their forwards like that, they pushed it out. Lovely little hand off there. He's right on his shoulder, and he's managed to twist over and get it down.
Matt Elliott was the man who scored the first try for Exeter.
So this was lovely hands. Look at that, really light, nice, soft hands. And his open side knew exactly where to be, right on the shoulder, and over he went.
So that made the score 10 points to 7. And then, about a minute or so later, this happened.
Yeah, now watch it here, through his legs, out he goes. And Landry again, he's got 3 players outside him. He's got 1 fullback to beat, and he just comes inside him. Class player, and under the posts.
So that made the score 14 points to 10. And then
Here we go. So this is where it pops out, goes to the ground. Nice work by the Exeter player. Look at that. Look, don't see that every week. Landry right on the edge, expecting it as if it was like a something that they do in the training pitch every week. You know.
Yeah, that made the score 14 points to 10. Then again, roughly about 2 or 3 minutes later, at the end of that, Jack Howlett goes underneath the posts.
Yeah, once again, he just picks it up here, and he's going to power through, fancies his chances, and he does. Goes nice and low. I don't think anything Cardiff we're going to do to stop him there. Comes in now. There, yeah. Nice support, and over he's going. Suddenly it's all going Exeter's way.
Oh, indeed. When the penalty tried just to come just by the end of half time, gives the score Exeter 28, Cardiff Met 10. Team talks at half time. Bear in mind, Cardiff are going to start the second half with 14 men.
Yeah, and they've got a full 10 minutes of that second half with 14 men, so they are going to struggle. But I think they're going to. I think if they can keep it in tight, then they will be able to get something out of this. But they've got to keep it with their forwards, and don't let Exeter keep running out on the backs there, because they are breaking through that back row, and they're doing it very well as well. Just mentioned here, poor old Tim Jenkinson. He has to take a phone call, and then he comes back, and it's 28 points for Exeter. While he was away, you've got to stay looking in, Tim. You can't miss it. Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby.
Yes, indeed, and
Tom Owen, you can't be biased against a team that's done literally nothing of note for the last 20 minutes. Well, thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Well, in all fairness, it's a fair point, because you can't be biased against a team who's done nothing for 20 minutes. You absolutely right, because Cardiff have just been under the cosh.
They have. I think Exeter are have just taken it to them, and they're just continually taking it to them. And I think they where they're winning it, Johnny, is that they're taking it, they're breaking the tackle, they're popping it out, and they're keeping it going, and they're recycling and getting the players round quicker than what Cardiff can defend. But it's easy on the front foot, isn't it? Whereby when you're on the back foot like Cardiff are, just that 10 yards seems like 15 yards rather than 10 yards.
That's what happens when you build confidence, you build momentum. When you get momentum at your back, it's at the wind of your sails, isn't it? It's just, it's hard to go against it.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I mean, if Exeter do, they win this, they're feasibly 4th or 5th in the table. The 6th at the moment, you were saying.
Well, they've already picked up a bonus point, whatever happens.
Exactly. So if they can hang on to this, and that's where these teams are very evenly matched, and I think as this season with this BUCS Super Rugby continues going on, I think Exeter come to 4, but they didn't win it last year for nothing. It means something, doesn't it? So it means they've got to be up there over the whole season.
Yes, indeed. Just to remind you, of course, we're in Durham next week, where they will host in Loughborough. Then we're up at Leeds.
Back to Headingley, very nice indeed.
Yes. Yeah, we're up at Leeds on the 30th.
Next week you've got Hugo back with you as well. You're going to lose me off the commentary side, and you pick up Hugo again.
Much to the delight of some members of our audience who may be doing a couple of fist pumps right now.
What do you think the 59 capped, Scotland fullback is, a better partner for you, Johnny? You do well with both of us anyway. Now the grey clouds are starting to come over now, so fingers crossed it holds off.
Well, in all fairness, it's. I'm just looking behind us, and the sun's gone behind the clouds. As I'm just looking in the distance, I can't see anything that looks like rain clouds, and there wasn't any rain forecast this way until about 4 o'clock onwards, which is good news for me, because I'll be heading up the M5 by that point.
Yeah,
but bad news for the crew, who will still be de-rigging.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Johnny. We'll still be de-rigging and making sure nothing gets too wet. But hopefully it'll hold off, so we'll always stay dry until everything is down and put away. But it's not looking promising with that grey sky. But there's a little bit of white and blue at the back of that, Johnny. So fingers crossed. You see the crowd milling in. They're all picking up there. All the students, they've been watching the lacrosse over on the back.
I did mention at the start of the programme about how Cardiff haven't beaten Exeter in 5, and then they're a little bit of a bogey team. Do you think that might be at the back of their minds? This is our bogey team?
Well, it's 3 years since they haven't beaten them. I think it does stick in your mind, and it's there. But I don't know. In that first 20 minutes, I didn't think that. Tom Riley, this is a great game of rugby to watch while lesson planning next to uni. Far too strong.
Lesson plan. People should be doing some work right now. In all fairness,
I think they're working, and they're just watching out the corner of the eye, and the corner of the laptop, Johnny. That's what it's all about. Katie Jackson, iPad all set up. At Kirsten Jolly, come on, Ashley Taylor, TR7, top supporters, BUCS Super Rugby. And we're looking there, the Exeter Uni lacrosse team. They've just finished playing behind us. There's another game going on as well. So they've just finished their lacrosse. So it's a festival of sport down here at Topsham.
So 28-10 at half-time, as we just try and wait for both of these sides. They're just enjoying their half-time refreshments, as much of the crowd enjoys a few of theirs as well, from what we can see.
Yeah, everybody's looking left as well, and hoping that sun might come out again, although we don't get it here, Johnny, because for the sake of the game, we've got the sight screen blocking the sun so we can see our screen. That's how dedicated we are.
So Cardiff making their way back onto the field, and no doubt had one or two words may have been said that was part of the riot act that had been read to them at half time. They've got to start with 14, and the first lesson, or first thing that they should do, well, what should be hopefully they're looking to do, will be don't concede any points in this first 10 minutes.
Yeah, keep it really tight, keep it in the forwards. I mean, I know it's the score line doesn't show it, but they were dominant in the forwards in the area. They were killing them in the scrum. But I think there's only been about 3 scrums in total. They've got to get back to scrummaging. I know that I said they called a scrum more than the lineouts, and just keep putting because even when you're Exeter got the momentum. If you go to the scrum and you keep killing them in the scrum like that, that's going to start playing on their mind as well. So, hopefully they come for the sake of the game. Hopefully they can come back in it. I'm sure the crowd here will want to see a few more Exeter points though.
Well, Exeter yet to make their way back onto the field. Cardiff are ready and ready to go. It's a very important period of play. The next 10 minutes. First score absolutely vital, you feel. Especially if Cardiff want to get anything out of this game.
And it's nice to see the refs have come out this week, Johnny, a lot quicker than last when we were just standing around waiting for them.
Indeed, I think last week we were waiting for the rest for a good 5 minutes after both teams come out back onto the field.
While we were getting wetter.
So then, we restart. Simpson gets us back underway. 18 points the difference at half-time in favour of the home side. And exactly what Cardiff would have been looking for. 3 points on the 22 in front of the posts. Here comes Morgan's boot.
Yeah, it's got to be the option. They're man down, take the point straight away. They're going for the line. They're man down and they're going for the line. I thought they'd be celebrating those 3 points and wasting another 3 or 4, 3 minutes of their 14 men. But they've got dominant forward, so fingers crossed.
Well, that's an interesting decision. I think many people would have just gone for the 3 points there, restart, and we go again. But instead, Cardiff with the man down and deciding to roll the dice. Ryan Spriggs is now on hooker duty.
Oh, unlucky. Oh.
And that is a superb.
And if it didn't go forward, because I think that's what he's put forward.
Just checking here with the touch judge here.
Judge.
I thought that's a superb move if they got that right, and he has.
Oh, right.
What a start for Cardiff in the second half. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
So, line out at the front there, man up, straight off the top. Comes off his elbow, and he's through. So if that had gone through the hands, we'd all be saying, what a great move. Off his elbow, still a great move, and it's 5 points. Here we go again. See it. This comes in here. Off his shoulder, he can't catch it. And there's the hooker, ready to pick it up. Thank you very much.
Well then, what a start for the away side. Catching Exeter off guard, and now Morgan, this to reduce the deficit to 11 and maybe setting up what could be a classic second half.
It's looking good.
Right in the heart of it, and he's definitely got the distance as well. Great kick from Thomas Morgan. 11 the difference. Exeter lead 28-17.
2 minutes, 7 points. Exceptionally good start. Whatever Chris Davies said at half time, it worked.
Still down to 14, so how do Exeter respond? Well, the last time Cardiff scored a try, Exeter ran 4 past them. Concentration needs to be kept here from the away side if they want to get back into this tie. Williams sends it upfield. Box kick up towards the halfway line. Well caught there by Jamie Wilcock. And the good offload it was too to Tom Lorday. Lorday up to halfway. Bagwell. Inside pass, maybe knocked forward, but the referee has just spotted the knock on, and Cardiff will have the put in.
Yeah, unlucky there from Exeter. Looking to see go through where they normally dominate. Out through the backs, especially those two centres, and didn't quite stick that time. But let's hope that this scrum's going to be interesting, Johnny. After the domination we saw in the first half, it's been all about the forwards, but there's the ref's going to come over and have a little word with the linesman first. Something we might have missed when going on.
Yes, indeed. The hashtag, of course, for the Twitterati out there. I know I've been spotting one or two of them. One or two, of course, are only broadcastable after 9 o'clock at night for what I'm reading.
Well, they're very good.
They are very good. I'll always say that. It's tickled me and Richard,
And somebody's wife. No, I shouldn't say that.
Okay, guys, there's no suitable front row place for so.
Like Tom Riley, he's still working. He's got a split screen. It's a wonderful thing. Well done, Tom.
Well done, Tom.
We still follow the same sequence, so guys.
So, this is going to be the first scrum of the second half. This is going to be all Cardiff, Johnny. Now, I'm going to predict it for you.
Williams.
Well, something we've missed because it's uncontested scrums.
Of course, because they're down to 14 right now.
Aren't they allowed to bring don't they have to bring a prop on?
No, our referee was happy to let play continue, and that's what we're doing right now. We are continuing with Sam Cochran. Williams. Simpson spots a gap. Ball just gets held up in the wind and picked up by Dominic Thorne. Beats one man, doesn't beat another though. Still retains possession, picked up by Tom Lawday. Cardiff going for reinforcements onto their left. Landry out wide, 4 men wide for Exeter. First one is Tom Holdsworth, who now goes for a run. Holdsworth goes inside to Ned Warren up to the left wing. Still in play, and as Exeter now reach the 22 with Roos. Ball pops out and
deliberate. They're down to 13, Johnny.
And they're down to 13. Well, just what you don't need when you're down to 14 and chasing the game. You're now down to 13. I don't know, 13 for 5 minutes, 14 for another
10.
5 after that. Yeah. So it's not what Cardiff.
I thought they had to have a certain amount. Here we go. We're going to see this again here. Before I go on about the prop. Now, if it catches this and goes the length of the field, it's well done. Unfortunately, this is a deliberate knock-on. There we go. It's their open side. He's looking at the ref there and he knows what's going to happen. Exeter student sport, thank you. Scrums go uncontested due to no suitable front rows for the Met. Well, thank you very much, but I thought they had to have so many of them. Love to be educated, Johnny.
No, indeed. Bagwell. Landry. Here it comes. Oh, ball pops forward. So maybe it's a little chance for the Cardiff to relieve some pressure here. And that's what they intend to do. Is that one just going to go out of play? It may just bounce and stay in, and has done indeed. Picked up by Landry. Another attack coming next his way. Back into midfield. But again, not releasing, and Cardiff, even with 13 men, can wind down a few more seconds here and relieve some pressure.
Now that's the 5th time, full 5th time that Exeter have been done with the same one, same penalty, holding on. When does it become a team foul, and when do they get a yellow card for the fact that it's the same infringement all the time? It was that.
Right now it's rugby union against rugby league, numbers wise.
It was the looked like another try. Landry once again, lovely hands straight off there, movement coming in, another great hands. He's over, and he drops it. Unlucky there, Exeter. That was nearly it. So, 2-man advantage for another 4 minutes.
Picked up and collected well, and Cardiff win the penalty.
Closing in the scrum now. That's the 3rd one of those we've seen.
Is this Morgan territory? It's into the wind. It'll take a hell of a kick, but
he's going for it, and that's got to be the sensible thing because they've got to waste the time away,
Well, if it goes over, it's a bonus.
Interesting. I mean, how many penalties will Exeter give away before, before they're yellow carded or warned about it? I'm not saying that they're not encouraging that, but it's interesting that they've still got 15 men, and that's the 3rd penalty now. 4th holding on, 2nd for closing the line. I hope that earlier tweet now don't think I'm biased the other way.
Yes, a few have been a little bit critical of my learned colleague to my left here, the former England deaf captain, Richard Jackson.
Tom Owen just said there, a little bit of jug avoidance by the Exeter 13, dropping the ball over the line.
Well, Thomas Morgan now. This to reduce the deficit to 8 points. Difficult kick into the wind. He's going to need a good ump for this one to get there. Morgan, here we go. Whoosh. Has he got the distance? It may fall a little bit short, and it did as well.
It's unlucky. That was a great kick.
The ball was charged down from Landry's kick by 23 Luke Northmore.
And a bit luckily they got it back there.
And indeed they are a little bit fortunate that they do have it back.
Fill the field! Open out! Fill the field!
Bagwell. So mind you, Cardiff playing with 13 for the next couple of minutes. And a knock-on advantage to come their way. Andrew with a little chip over.
Going back.
In fact, it was penalty advantage we were playing.
Offside of the line.
And so Exeter will have a chance to clear downwind from Landry's boot. Landry doesn't find touch. He had a massive gust of wind to help him there as well.
Yeah.
Didn't find it. So Cardiff, with a 2-men deficit, looking to have a little dart to the counter-attack of their own. I think one of their players is due to come on any second now. Williams screaming at his men to get in shape here.
He's got to keep it tight and keep winding down that clock while they're down to 13 men. They're still only 11 points behind. They need a full set of players on there. And they can do this for 2 or 3 minutes. It's going to help.
A little chip forward.
This is good. I mean, it's in the extra half. I mean, that's what they've got to do. They've just got to wind down this. They must have another 3 minutes with 13. And then they're back to 14 for at least another 5 on top of that.
Yeah, no. In fact, they're back to 14 now. So Ian Edwards has just come back onto the field. So just a 1-man deficit now for 5 more minutes. And I tell you what, if Cardiff can keep it like this until the 55-minute mark, they've done brilliantly.
So we go back to the contested scrums anyway. I know that bit.
Holdsworth gets over the gain line well.
He's been breaking that line so well today.
McRae, Roos up to the halfway line. Bagwell picks up. Charlie Wick's on the field now for Exeter as well. Elliot Roof also on as well. And a penalty going Exeter's way, and this would be a good chance for Exeter with Landry's boot to get inside deep into the Cardiff territory.
Yeah, I expect them to be on the 5 metre. We're going to see it here. I'm not quite sure what the ref's given. Yeah, I think he's given the fact that number 4 is not releasing. Landy trying to get the ball back. Yeah, not rolling away. Yeah. It's all about these days. You know, Johnny, you've seen it. It's you've got to try and roll away, and if you can't, you still try and roll away, and you've got to convince that ref that you are rolling away. And if you don't roll away, you get penalised. Doesn't matter how hard you've been trying.
The player receiving some treatment right now. Cardiff, hopefully nothing too serious. But first 10 minutes of this game, bear in mind Cardiff were down to 13 for part of it, and they've been playing with men in the bin in the second half. They have started the second half, I feel, the better. Yeah,
they have, and they fully deserved the early try. You know, so they're shaking it up, they come back in, and considering they're down with players, they're doing a bloody good job.
So then, half hour left to play. Just to remind you, we're in Durham next week as they host Loughborough for the 6:30 kick-off. Myself and Hugo Southwell will be in the chair for that one. And if you're in the Cardiff area, come and join us on the 7th of December, where the rugby vertical cameras will be in the Principality for the first time this season, as we will host this game, in fact, when Cardiff meets Exeter. I do hope you can join us there. "30 minutes left to play in this BUCS Super Rugby tie here in Exeter. There's a decent crowd, but a gusting wind welcomes everyone here to the Topsham Sports Ground. Very important right now for everybody to try and just keep warm as well. Isn't the best of conditions here. Well, a lot better than it was 7 days ago. Look at it that way. And we had monsoon conditions here. And so far, Exeter are the ones who are the big slice of the pie right now. That 11-point lead to play with half hour left to play. It's the Cardiff player. I'm just trying to see who it is. He's now up on his feet and just making his way out to the touchline. Hopefully the injury is not too serious.
Let's just hope he makes a full recovery for the rest of the season. Doesn't look too bad, but it's you don't stay down that for long if it's not serious.
Penalty restart Exeter's way. Landry with the boot sends it downfield and he's made it to the Cardiff 22. Collected by McRae. Exeter looking for a score. Here to reassert that authority. Roof with the ball in hand.
Yeah, nice.
Now going back. Now rolling back. Now rolling back.
Back to the line, lovely.
This is superb from Exeter, and it's going to go over. Great drive.
Yeah, and that was reminiscent of Cardiff in that first half, that forward dominance, and they just pulled it back to them.
Tom Lawday with his 5th try of the season, and Cardiff reassert their authority with a 16-point lead.
Here we go. They got it at the back nicely. They're rolling off. They got the momentum, and the ball recycles to the back. Excellent. 1 player, 2 player. It's well played. That's the 3rd player that's gone to the back. Remember, you're not allowed to slide down anymore. And they're just pumping their legs, and over they go. Tom Lawday. Exceptional, well played.
Tom Lawday, one of the talisman for Exeter, as he's now scored his 5th try of the season, 16 points to the lead, and this to extend it to 18.
Yeah, everybody gets a mention here. Jay Johnson's, what a cool shout out to PJ, just brought on the water bottles for the boys in green. It's a squad game.
Well, much to the delight of the crowd on the far side, Exeter's lead is now 18 points as Landry scores his 15th point of the day. And now he's really in the chase with Thomas Morgan. But more importantly, Exeter 35, Cardiff 17. We've got around 25 minutes left to play. So it's back as you were for Cardiff.
Yeah, all that hard work in the first 10 minutes for Cardiff, but I think they've done well at the moment to keep the one drive with 13 and 14 men.
Now, is that gone 10 metres?
Well, Exeter played it, so we're carrying on.
Bagwell. Jack Roos, Bagwell again. Wicks. Wilcock. Well, they're appealing on the far side, but the referee is not even interested. Lawday. Wicks. Back they come.
Going back with the penalty. Exeter were lucky to get that recycled because they had so many players out wide here and so many players in the back, forwards in the backs, waiting for that roll, waiting for the roll. That they definitely need to make sure they secure that ball first. And Laundry, I think he's missed that one again. Just a bit too greedy, and it goes dead.
Unforced error.
So it's what? It's 50 metres lost there.
John Humphreys getting ready to come back onto the field, and we'll be back to our full quotas of 15.
And this falls nicely into Cardiff's hands because they get the scrum. It'll be interesting now to see how this comes out, because they were dominant in the first half of this.
First 20 minutes, this was their major weapon of their arsenal, wasn't it? It was just. I was expecting this is going to be a game of strength instead of a game of flair, and it seems to be going to be in the opposite. James Hall is now the scrum half on duty for Cardiff.
So yeah, we'll look at that penalty again. It's crabbed round, went down, and it's just the pressure they put on there. And you know, it's they're now going to right. So now back, Johnny, as you just said.
Full quarter 15 back. Sears sends this one. That is a good kick as well, deep inside the 22. So.
There we go, here's the scrum, ball's in there nicely, under the pressure. You can see them pumping through there, and as it goes round, you can see that far side coming up. You see the Cardiff guy coming up, but you see the hooker there of Exeter, Callum Young, really struggling in there with his props under that much pressure.
Collected by Simpson in the line out, and now the drive coming from Cardiff.
And they got the penalty because that's just been collapsed.
Etheridge bottoming forward, picked up by the Cardiff replacement, and now Hall. Aled Evans, Alex Dombrand looking for an 8th try, using his strength. The Cardiff talisman just shy of the line. Cardiff could do this to get back into this tie, and they may get it with Alex Sears out wide. Plenty of men over, and they should score, and they do with Oliver Glass.
Yeah, very nice indeed. And Exeter, they were packing up in the forwards there because they knew they were going to be struggling, and they just left all the numbers outside.
So then Oliver Glass, the scorer for Cardiff, for their 3rd try.
You see it here. Through the forwards, you see, like, you know, you've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extra players there, only 4 Cardiff. The numbers are all outside as we come out here. He's got a choice of 2. I think there's one outside him as well. So excellent play by Cardiff.
Alex Sears is now the man on kicking duty for Cardiff. This to reduce the deficit to 11. And it's still with plenty of time in hand as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're back in it.
Especially if they get the next score. Sears sends it on its way into the heart of the goal.
So now we're back.
35 points to 24. 22 minutes left to play. And Sears urging his side. Come on, boys, we're still in this tie. And I've said it once or twice here today, Richard, but next score now, absolutely vital.
Yeah, and if Cardiff can come back and close that a bit more, I think that'll give them momentum, and it'll give them belief, it'll give them confidence, and give them a good game. They've got to keep that ball away from Landry.
John Humphreys is the man who collects for Cardiff. James Hall. Sears. Excellent low kick to find the extra half. Lorde misjudges the bounce, but still collects. Landry spots a gap opening up into the breadbasket, who calls for the mark for the fullback of Cardiff, and a chance for everybody to catch a breath.
So, calling the mark, he can't now kick to touch. He had plenty of time. He could have called that, and he wouldn't have been there putting it anyway, would it? No, so just getting that right, yeah. Just thinking there, he was in his 22, he had plenty of time. In a way, he wanted to bring all these forwards back. As a fellow forward, I'd be saying, why you make me run back here? Why can't you just kick it so I can just turn on a sixpence, as I did, Johnny, and take it from there?
I do not believe that for a second.
Well, that I would mention that, or I can turn on the sixpence.
As you were an international. Callum Young. Arrow straight down the middle. Bagwell. Holdsworth, who's got through the game line well today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been exceptionally good finding those inside shoulders.
Lorday as well,
Yeah.
using his strength.
Yeah, excellent centres.
Wicks. Stopped by James Hall. But Exeter coming to the 22 to try and reassert their authority on this tie. They're still at that 11
I
point.
think Exeter can do it because Cardiff can come in because Exeter are only committing 2 players to those rucks.
Landry. Lorday. Ball drop, but goes backwards. James Wilcock goes up to the 22. Bagwell collects, goes to his left hand side. At the blind side, they fancy a little dart up this time around. Bagwell again. McRae. Ball pops up this time, and Cardiff will have a chance to clear, but they're going to have a little dart and counter attack of their own. And maybe a little bit of a gap opening up here.
Back in, there we go.
Don Brandt uses his strength. Miles Morehouse going for the corner. One, Eddie to the other. Did he find touch? Or are we down? Well, they've got a little bit of a conference here.
Yeah, they got a chat because I don't think he found touch. The ref didn't know if he'd put it down. So what we got here?
Okay, if you can't be sure, then we'll get an order try. I've seen a grounding. If you can't be sure, it's try order.
Well, I'm having a really good confidence about this one. Try given. Well, it'll be interesting to see this one on a replay. But Cardiff fans will be absolutely thrilled from here. When Exeter looking like they're trying to reassert their authority and extend their lead here, Cardiff all of a sudden are now within touching distance.
Yeah, he picked up a forward there that he could go inside. This is excellent play. He's going to wait for that man to commit and then give the ball, so he's got it. Another nice second row inside there, and now he's got the gas on him. And Morehouse is going to make this. And I thought the coming across. So no, he's saying
Well, the referee and the judges don't get the benefit of replays that we do. So,
well, I don't know, Johnny. I think that we'd be looking at one little foot, one end of the toe touching the whitewash, possibly. But that aside, it's a try.
And what a surprise, the rain starts to come down here in Exeter. But this reduces the deficit to 4, and that's beginning to fade in, but it's going to miss on the left-hand side of the post. So 6-point difference, 18 minutes, I should say, left to go.
Now we've got a game on our hands. And we got the rain.
Just a little spitting shower, that's all it is.
Thank you. Well, I feel comforted now, Johnny.
Well, at least Cardiff are going to walk away from this tie with is at least 1 bonus point for scoring 4 tries. And right now, if they lose within 7, they get 2 for their endeavours. Box kick downfield from Hall. I tell you what, and ball just dropped there and knocked forward from Jamie Wilcox. So all of a sudden, it's all going Cardiff's way,
yeah,
like it was in the first 20 minutes. Not happening for the home side. As Joshua Poole tries to go a little bit forward. Don Brandt. And look at the space they're getting over here. Morehouse. Penalty going Exeter's way. Now, what do you think here, Richard? Options here? Kick a goal?
Yeah, definitely. At the moment, that'll take it 9 points. That'll take it 2. Converted try, but 2 scores. But I've got those wrong all the way so far, and they've been going for the corner, and he's going to do the same
corner
here.
Again, yes, yeah. Indeed. And that was nearly hit the Cardiff team bus. But more importantly, it puts Exeter into the 22.
I thought you were say more importantly, not your car. You see here,
indeed,
he's been wrapped up. Yeah, and he's got to release the ball there. He's been held. You've got to release, and that's what that was for.
Callum Young. Another catch and drive you fancy?
Yeah, I mean they've had success with it so far, but that's the dominant Cardiff pack. Now if Exeter can just roll off the side of it, and it's taken down by Exeter. So
Bagwell, Owlett, Cardiff calling for reinforcements on the far side.
Rolling it off again. Here they go. This is training ground stuff.
Bagwell, McRae. McRae, he's got Lordy to help him alongside him. Bagwell again.
Back in there.
And now the drive coming forward, just 5 metres out. Bagwell looking to his right hand side and uses Callum Young. Good try, good saving tackle, you feel, from the Cardiff defence. So we'll have to go again. Lorday.
Oh.
It was nearly an
holding on
intercepted
that,
pass then from Cardiff. Bagwell again. Wicks. Cardiff defence remaining resolute. But for how long?
Exceptionally good defence by Cardiff. I mean, Exeter are pumping everything at them, but they're coming up nice and hard on them. Just managing to recycle it.
Elliott. Wicks trying to help him out. Bagwell. McRae.
They've only got to miss one of these tackles and these Exeter boys are through.
Bagwell again.
Work.
Go to the left hand side this time. Elliott Roof. Ball.
Oh, he's knocked it on.
He's knocked it on indeed. And Cardiff can breathe again.
Excellent work by Cardiff. Excellent stuff. I'm going to get some tweets about saying how good I am to Cardiff now. But exceptional work there by them.
Oh dear. Well,
want to do that.
Commentators spoke too soon. We'll probably go for a scrum. For that earlier knock on.
Great play by Cardiff there. Really good defence. Solid the whole time. They just kept going there. You can see, here's part of it here. Comes out. Elliott Roof. Great game last week, and there's just the unfortunate knock on. Couldn't keep hold of it. And then I like this from Cardiff, out they play. So now my money's on the Cardiff pack. Cardiff scrum winning this. Don't forget BUCS Super Rugby. Join the conversation. Use the hashtag BUCS Super Rugby.
Which plenty of you have today in your droves. Many positives and a few negatives as well, but we do welcome everybody getting involved, wherever they may be.
And that's just to us.
Indeed.
Call out to Paul O'Leary. He's one of the top dogs of BUCS Sport. He's watching the last 20 minutes of the live game. Tight finish. Nice to see you working hard, Paul.
Yes, indeed. Many thanks to the stats team at BUCS, Simon Cruz and Alicia Douglas, helping us out with the many stats that they get from all the games of this BUCS Super Rugby season.
I tell you, Exeter put some real pressure on that scrum, which was a real surprise.
Alex Sears going to the ground, and randomly one of the members of the crowd has got a stereo system next to us here, and they're playing Last Christmas by Wham. A little bit early for that, in all fairness.
Especially as last year I gave you my heart.
Yeah, well, right now Cardiff are the ones who are searching for the Christmas presents here.
So to me, I think the Exeter centres are outstanding, and this is where they want it ball. They want it off the top, nice and quick, like that, and then bring it out and let them run at them. But recycle first, and then they get the penalty. Isolate again, holding on. That's the 6th, 7th holding on penalty of Exeter. I don't want to tell the ref what, but surely there's a team warning at one point. Or maybe I haven't heard him give that out, but it's continued the same infringement.
Good kick from Sears as well, up into the Exeter half, into their 22 now, with 12 minutes to go. I'm feeling a little sense of deja vu here, Richard, because when we were up at Durham, I feel this was the same type of game.
Yep. Yeah, this is where they came back.
I seem to remember Cardiff starting well.
Yep.
Durham then had the middle part of the game.
Yep.
Then Cardiff finishing the stronger.
And
then gave away a last minute penalty, last minute try.
Last minute try, and Durham just came out of it. Yeah, so we're seeing the same. So it's straightforward for Cardiff. They just got to work on the middle 60 minutes. Well taken.
Don Brandt collected it that well, and now here comes a drive from Cardiff, and they're using their major strength here, which is their strength. And the referee warning both sides here, but now there comes the drive once more. Ian Etheridge in hand, but the referee spots that was illegal.
That's crossing. He's giving it as a crossing going off there.
And Exeter get the chance to breathe. I think Exeter now the team holding on.
Yeah, they are, because they've got more score now, Cardiff, and suddenly they're asking questions.
We'll talk about it in a bit.
He's giving crossing, and Cardiff boys don't agree, and don't agree with that at all. Here we go. So it's going to come off the back. So it's in his hands. Right. So he's going to roll off. Now that ball's gone forward again there, so that's obstruction. Yeah, that's obstruction.
So the ball
You can't take it to the back and then give it to the man in front of you and then charge through people. It's got to stay at the back. So to me that's obstruction rather than crossing, but the sign he gave, signal he gave, looked like crossing.
So Callum Young with the line out. 10 minutes left to play, and that ball comes off the top and goes in Cardiff's hands. Hall.
No, knock on, they got it back. No, and they've knocked on, so.
Well,
No, it wasn't. The last thing Exeter wanted is the scrum.
No, indeed. I don't think Cardiff will mind the scrum right now, but I think it's going to be Exeter looking to run this one. Simon Linsell, the captain. 10 minutes left to play. Wicks, good boot from him.
Yeah.
That is a massive kick, by the way. Collected by Miles Morehouse. And he has to draw this one a little bit lower into the wind, and does well to get that upfield. Walcott collects up. This one goes high. Kicking game between both these sides. Bit of kicking tennis going on. Dombrandt. Quiet game from him today. Sears spots the gap opening up. Lordy has to collect and does so. And now goes to launch the counter attack himself, and now he's off and running. Lordy, one man to beat, needs some help. He might just go himself. He will go himself. That could be game over.
Oh, he could. He had the option of was it a prop or a hooker inside him? And I think he took the right option, but exceptional. He just brushed them off as he went through. That's an exceptionally good play. Here we go. But collects the ball, what's that? His own 22. Sidesteps the winger. And the blind side, a little hand off there, thank you very much. Now he's looking up, he's got Callum Young, the hooker, inside him, and he's going, shall I use his pace or shall I just take him on myself? Another hand off. And he's gone too high, and then it's too late. And he's over. And that is a match-winning try.
Well, Tom Lorday, second try of the game. And I think our DJ below us has maybe played the right song there, because he's singing as Daddy Cool maybe right now.
It's like you've got the playlist, Johnny.
It is right. It's like I do have the playlist. There you go. Lorday to go 13 clear, and maybe one hand on all the points here in this tie, and to go 13 clear. How's the line got the distance? Wow. The line is good.
That was on the Dutch line. An amazing kick. He doesn't miss a lot, and 13 points now, so it's going to be very difficult for Cardiff. But they've already come back and brought it back to 6 from 18, so so they can do it again.
Well, it's 2 converted scores is the difference, and as Linsell and Wainwright go off for that one, but it's come out in Exeter's hands with Elliot Roof. Wicks with the kick. Again, good kick downfield. Aled Evans wants it, and he collects. Oliver Glass. Hall. Sears. Was high into the air and collected well by George Smith. Jack Roos. Penalty going Cardiff's way. We've got 6 minutes left to play. Richard, have a thought of your man of the match, and we'll open it up to the Twitterati as well.
Let's see what the Twitterati says. I don't want to give him any idea, but just let's say another holding on penalty by Exeter. Right, so that must be 7 or 8. Continually, they give the same penalty away all the time. When does it become a team penalty? That's a question more than me saying why is it not being given there, because here we go, holding on again. Yeah, if you had kept count, Johnny, I could confirm this with you, but that's about the 8th holding on one.
6 minutes left to go. Yes, Richard, you give me an idea of man of the match, and hashtag BUCS Super Rugby for the guys who are watching right now for your nominations for the man of the match as well. We'll open it up to everybody's thoughts and see what everybody feels. who's been the best player on the pitch this afternoon. Elliot Roof has picked up the scraps.
Well, to me it's got to be an Exeter player. I think Exeter 8, Lordy's been exceptional, Laundry's been great again, but at the moment I'm moving towards Holdsworth at 13. I think his breaks in the line have been absolutely brilliant.
Wicks. Good kick from him, and an excellent take that was as well from the Cardiff fullback, who launches the kick high into the air, but that one goes out on the full, and you know when it's not your day, that happens. Miles Morehouse, the guilty party.
So to me, the usual suspects from last week: Lauday, and Laundry, Landry, Laundry and Landry.
He won't like that one, I beg your pardon.
But to me, Tom Holdsworth at the moment. But it'll be interesting to see what your tweets say.
Excellent take from Elliot, and this could be the coup de grace. Elliot going for the corner. Ball goes into touch.
Yeah.
So you like the Lauday Landry partnership, or the Laundry partnership? Is that because they clean up the opposition?
Oh, Johnny.
Thank you very much.
I set you up lovely.
I'm here all week. Don't forget to tip your waitresses. Good night. 4.5 minutes left to go. I think that's what the Exeter boys will be calling that partnership now, the Laundry partnership.
Well, I'd like to think that we've made our mark on Exeter in some form, Johnny. You know? Not just in the Black Horse last night, no. Cardiff got to win this and clean and get it out of their half.
Well, right now they need a bit of a minor miracle here. Well, 2 converted scores, 4 minutes to go. It has happened. We have seen it happen. But they're at the wrong end of the field to do it.
And now it's Exeter's line out. There's a lot of sport going on all the way around us here. We've seen some football out in the distance, and this game of rugby finishes well. The lacrosse, some of the lacrosse girls from the University of Bristol down below us here as well. They're the ones who've been playing the dodgy music for the last 10 minutes. Dodgy music from Bristol. One of our Camerons from Bristol, and he's dodgy as well as his music. Good rolling maul there, by.
Good rolling maul. This is a coup de grace for Exeter.
Yeah,
good night. Start the car.
Yeah. So Callum Young too, I think.
Callum Young is the man
possibly
who's got over, and that is game over. Start the car. A few of the Cardiff players not too happy with the referee there, as a heavy shower begins to come down. But that will be all the points going Exeter's way, and Cardiff will just have to pick up just a bonus point for 4 tries.
We see it rolling round. They got the momentum. The refs told him to use it. He's had it once. It's rolling. Yeah, they just got the momentum. There we go again. Momentum. I think it's the 3. Exeter 3. Chuck Howlett, I'm sure it was. Yeah, well played. Did you just use the word little shower, Johnny?
Yes. Well, I've just looked behind us now, and those black clouds are back from last week. But luckily, we're on 79 minutes now, and not on 9 minutes as we were last week. So passing shower as it may or may not be. Landry has sent this one through the eye of the needle, through the sticks once more. 49-29, and only a couple of minutes left to play. What do Cardiff take away from this?
They're very competitive. When they get in the game, they're very competitive, and they can win it, but they just seem to be doing it for 80 minutes.
It's very much. They're only doing it in patches, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are. I always say this. They are brilliant. When it's going their way and in patches, but it's only flashes of it.
Yes. Yeah. And it's about getting it there. And just the Chug, Ed Forshaw for man of the match. Henriette McRae, Laundry for man of the match.
Landry, not Laundry.
Everything's covered in water now, Johnny. Can't read anything. This happened last week, and Hillary Clinton came on my screen. Now my screen's gone.
Just the minutes beginning to tick down now. We've got around about a minute left to play. So your nominees for man of the match.
Constana Peretti, Eduardo Balocco, man of the match, he says. Crowd girlfriend. Well, that makes me think you're biased then, rather than me this week.
It's a good job I got Hugo Southall with me next week. And then I'm in Leeds the week after. Then Cardiff, Matt Gilbert will join us then probably.
I think he'll go back down to where he former Scarlets player, so he'd like to get down there, definitely. Trying to get rid of me, Johnny.
It's not me, this is Twitterati. It seemed to be having it in for you this afternoon. We continue with this scrum on the halfway line. Again, you just see the strength of that Cardiff scrum.
Yeah. And they just, unfortunately, haven't been able to use it the rest of the game.
Out on the full from Wex.
This is the last throw by Cardiff now.
But they're not going to get within 7 in the last few moments of play, so they're only going to pick up 1 bonus point for all their efforts here this afternoon.
Yeah, this rain has come in 10 minutes earlier than it should have done.
So Cardiff finish with a positive. Well, the bouncers come out in Miles Morehouse's way. Up to the 22 they come, which may be one of the last phases of play in this game. Richard, give me a man of the match.
I'm going for the Exeter centre, Holdsworth 13. I think these listen, it's been great in front of me. He's had a good pack when it hasn't been in the scrum. This is getting in forward ball, but he's just gone on the inside shoulders. He's made the breaks, and it's just easy to go over the 10 and 8 all the time. But I think he's really contributed and just kept Exeter moving the whole game.
So Cardiff looking to try and finish with a try, with a positive. Ball pops up. Good tackle there from the Exeter centre, and that's maybe that. We're looking at our clock, we say 81.
Yeah.
We have 1 or 2 stoppages, so this probably will be the last play of the game. Yes, unfortunately we can't see what people are tweeting for their man of the matches because Richard, because the rain's starting to lash down here again.
The phone's gone dead again.
And Richard's phone's gone dead. So many thanks for everybody sending us their nominations.
I can't take the chance of just Hillary Clinton popping up on my phone again, Johnny, like last week when it went dead. Does it always rain in Exeter, or is it just when we come down?
Well, maybe. We're from the southwest to the northeast next week. We're up at Durham for the evening kick-off under the lights in Durham City Centre. Penalty going Cardiff's way, so we'll have at least one more phase of play to end this game.
So,
I said, what do Cardiff take away from the game? What do Exeter take away?
Well, they take away that they got to work on their scrum. That's what they got to work away there, because it's the second week running they've been pushed around. But outside of that, their all-round game is really, really good. Interesting that look, Exeter have been penalised nearly every scrum. 15 to 20 times they've been penalised for holding on. I think they've done well today. Not to start losing the men. I mean, Cardiff, they lost those guys down to 13, down to 14 twice. But Exeter have done well with what they've had, especially as they've been so out scrummaged.
We did have 1 or 2 stoppages in the early part of this half, but just to give you an idea, our clock was only an indicator, by the way. We're still got the referee's whistle, so this must be the last phase of play, whatever happens. And out wide it comes. Luke Northmore. Morehouse. Pop it inside. Oliver Glass going to ground, but Cardiff being sent backwards.
Oh, it's
And now Landry looking to add the icing on the cake. BUCS hoofs it in out, and it's a 20-point win for the home side Exeter.
Well, thoroughly deserved. I didn't see that coming. I thought they would squeeze it. I didn't see that coming after the first 10 minutes, but after that it's been nothing but exceptional work by Exeter. A really, really good display. Similar to last week. Once they play it out wide, once they get in their hands like that, it's exceptional work. So well played Exeter, that's what I say. And Cardiff just they've got to get that going over the 80 minutes, and then I think they'll be there.
So the final score here at the Topsham Sports Ground is Exeter 49, Cardiff Met 29.
Well, just as the game finishes, Johnny, the rain decides to ease a little bit, which is quite nice. We go pitch side a minute to get some interviews with the coaches once they come out of their huddle.
Well, so I'll let you go downstairs and do that. So, Richard, thank you very much for joining us. Former England Def captain Richard Jackson, my analyst once more. So I'll be able to run you through the tries that we've had here this afternoon. I think we've counted about 9, I think we've seen today. This was the first one in the glorious sunshine, remember that. And this was Cardiff within the first 20 minutes. And as I mentioned, that they really were the best side. The first 20 minutes, Exeter didn't have any answers whatsoever. And it was Eduardo Baloco, whose girlfriend was watching today, as he got over the line. And with the penalty from Morgan's boot as well, 10-0. It was reward for Cardiff's efforts in that first 20 minutes, because they were much the better team. And then about the 24-25 minute mark, Exeter really started to open the floodgates. They're really starting to get going in this game when their number 7, Matt Elliott, first scored. And then all of a sudden it was just like the hot tap just being unscrewed here, because from then it was just a cavalcade of tries that followed towards the end of this first half. Landry was the man to get over next. Some great work from Wilcock before then with the assist to make it 14 points to 10. And then moments later, another try. This time Jack Olett was the man to get over, using his strength to score the first of his 2 tries of the day. Penalty try followed to make it 28 points to 10 at half time. And then Cardiff going down to 14 men to start. And Ryan Spriggs with a cheeky little line out, a well worked one it was too, off the elbow of Dombrandt, who did have a quiet game for Cardiff today, but Spriggs got over, and it's exactly the start that Cardiff were looking for. Keep behind Dombrandt coming here, just comes off his shoulder, did go backwards, and Spriggs gets over, and that made the score 28 points to 17. And then Exeter, who had a 1-man advantage, so another man went into the bin. With the drive here, coming at the back, Lorday with the first of his 2 tries of the day. And now puts him also in the running for the leading try scorer this season. He now goes up to 6 for the season after today, 1 behind Dombrandt of Cardiff. But a well-worked try, well-worked team try for Exeter, who made that 35 points to 18. And Cardiff got back in the game once more. Going out wide. And picked up by Oliver Glass. And made it 35 points to 24 with the conversion. One more try to come Cardiff's way. as Miles Morehouse got over the whitewash to reduce the deficit to 6 points it was at this point, and all of a sudden Exeter were really feeling a little bit of pressure. But cometh the man, cometh the hour. Lauder, who's had an excellent game at number 8 once more for Exeter, and another man of the match performance. He was a nominee for man of the match today. As he remains strong to beat the wingers and get in the corner, and the kick from Landry's boot, who hasn't even missed one today, made it 42 points to 29. And then the last try coming up from Jack Owlett, his second of the game as well. Just turning there, the number 3 with the ball at the back, and he goes over the line. Landry's boot made it 49 points to 29. And that's all from me over in the commentary box. Richard Jackson is pitchside with the Cardiff coach, Chris Davey.
Ready. Chris, what do you think? What's your first thoughts?
No complaints. Well beaten on the day, I thought. Exeter were very clinical. Thought they outmuscled us in most areas of the game today. Miraculously, we got ourselves back to within 6 points second half. I'm still not sure how we managed to do that, because for me it was never a contest today. Exeter were always well in control of most things that were happening on the field, and all credit to them. I think, we got to go away, lick our wounds, and clearly have a good look at our game and decide how we can be better at Northumbria a week on Saturday.
Yeah, but you were dominant in the scrum. They were popping up all over the place. It looked like it, and then you got the try down in the corner there where for your forwards. It looked like that was going to be the answer.
Not really. Even at 10-0 up, I didn't. I thought the writing was on the wall a bit. We were dropping off a lot of tackles at that early stage of the game. Just really didn't feel we got out of the blocks at all today, and there's no excuse for that. We'll have to sit down as a group and look at why we've missed so many tackles, and make sure that doesn't happen on a regular basis. I didn't see today's performance coming. We've been progressing quite nicely, making progress week on week. Today we've had a lesson to take back up the M4 and sit down and have a look at before we come back out again.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be the great looking at that footage, but you had some good bits in there, I thought. And listen, commentating, I kept saying, Exeter got done for like 8 times holding on. They kept popping up in the scrum. You had, a couple of guys yellow carded. Did you feel it was like just not running your way from there?
No, not really. I thought the officials did a good job. You can always look at individual incidents. Ironically, there weren't that many scrums in the game today, so we didn't have much chance to get to perhaps make the most of our dominance there. But repeated infringement for holding on, possibly. I thought one of our yellow cards was certainly a bit harsh, but those things happen. We're not looking at trying to hang our hat on those. We got enough problems of our own to try and put right without even starting to look at the officials.
Fair point. Well, thanks very much. Good luck against Northumbria in a couple of weeks, and thanks for your time.
Cheers.
All right, cheers, mate. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Sorry, go on. I can't recognise you. Right, Mr. Laundry. Lauday. Yeah. This is apologies on there. I was calling it laundry. I was getting it all wrong. Hey, now I'm going to start that run for that try. 60. It was 60 metres. So what are you going to be saying now?
Oh, I don't know. The space just kind of opened up. I was hoping that the hooker on my inside freed up a little bit, so I didn't have to run as far. But
well, I was saying that you looked and said, he's a hooker. I haven't got a back. I'm going on my own. You didn't trust him.
Yeah, no. He credit to the Cardiff defence. They kind of tracked back pretty well, and I just thought I'm gonna have to go myself here, and luckily I got a pretty clean hand off in, and had the wheels to get into the corner, but it's blown for about 4 minutes after that.
We noticed, But overall, a dominant display. You struggled in the scrums, but apart from that, you must be really pleased as a team with that.
Yeah, we're very pleased. We've got some really, really good front football. We've got some great carries all around our forward pack. With our play, we really rely on that front foot kind of gain line carries, and we managed to do that today. We pushed them in defence as well. We kind of made a few really, really dominant hits and stuff, but always stuff to work on. Sometimes our rucking was a little bit off. Got plenty to take away from that game, and we'll go through the tapes on Monday night and get some work-ons and whatnot from our coaches, and look to get into Bath.
Well, it's coming together now, isn't it? I mean, you're creeping up that table. You know, it's looking like last year obviously the final. This year, obviously, you want to finish the top 4. Top 2 is great, but you know, it's kind of slow. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's coming together for you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a really tough first 2 fixtures for us. You know, going away to Loughborough and going up to Hartbury, they're both really tough games. And but yeah, we had a couple of dominant wins at home now. The ball's rolling, as you said. The snowball is gathering momentum. So you know, we're just going to take that into the coming weeks before Christmas. Push for top 2, if we can. But you know, we really want to be in that top 4 for the mix next year.
Fortress Exeter.
Always.
Excellent. All right. Thanks very much. Well played. Thanks for your time. Good game. Thank you. So that's wraps it up here from a very now wet Topsham at the University of Exeter. Join us next week where we'll be coming live to you from Durham, and let's play when we go up north. It'll maybe a bit colder, but not quite so wet. Look forward to seeing you then.